Hello, thank you for coming to this second session in 2026. The cat behind me is named Chindi. This session will also be a live recording session. So I shall begin that connection with the I am and that flowing therein. Hello, and thank you for coming to this session to listen, to observe even, this one allowing the flow of the I am that we are. For she uses her free will consciousness to have a conscious connection with this flowing. And she gives over herself as a vessel to flow through. And all of you can do the same thing, for we are always connected. However, to consciously allow this connection and to embrace this connection that we are is few and far between. For the awareness has not been given to all. It is available, but it is given when it's asked for. For what you ask for, your needs are given. You have but to ask. Some think, well, I should receive it anyway because you say it is already there. Indeed, it is. I am, and I am all that is. However, the free will to choose is that gift in third dimensional reality. To choose your higher self and to choose the allowing and the embracing of that part of yourself that is the energy that animates your human experiences, creating those. So 2026 is a very exciting time for those who can see it from that highest perspective, that highest understanding, that simple knowing in your heart chakra. Ask for this, and there will be clarity in all things to come. And there is always that guidance, but there will be a conscious awareness of the guidance. And in that you will consciously experience the oneness that we are, that you are with your highest self, which is also the I am. And this year, many will choose their path according to their experiences, according to their past experiences, and according to what they have been told by others since childhood. So I tell you this, first, allow the flowing. Be consciously aware of the connection, for that will bring you out of any limited understanding and perspectives. For there is much of that. And as I have said before, there is the evolving and there is the ascension of. In this session, I want to further cover some of the expectations you may have and help bring them into balance with the reality that you will experience. For there is a foundation of understanding that you require, that you may see with clarity through your heart chakra. And this is the gift I give you, and it is the gift that you have given yourself to experience, to allow your beingness to be at that higher frequency. For there are those that have come into this experience as a human from a higher perspective of existence. And that higher perspective, that higher beingness that they have is still there in the 9th dimension, 10th dimension, 12th dimension. It doesn't matter. You are a light being before entering the density of this human body. And it is that energy that animates this physical manifestation. So I tell you, there are those that only, shall we say, the partial self of themselves is here and flowing. For your higher self can remain in its existence and still allow part of that energy to come into this third dimensional body for these experiences. So let us say it is only a portion of who you truly are. But all experiences, all parts of yourself are all within the I am. And the I am is that which allows the manifestation and the experiences. And again, I say for my love of you. So, in this one, there will be experiences that are social for you as humans. There will be the disconnect from other humans that do not vibrate at a similar frequency of the one that you have chosen to express. And allow that letting go, for they have their own path, you have your path. And as humans, you are here to embrace this living energy that you are experiencing. Old relationships may not be working now. They have served their purpose many times, and it is now time to separate from possibly a relationship with another human, which has had its ups and downs indeed, but has reached a point where both have grown in different directions. Both are at different levels of frequency, and a higher frequency cannot be a lower frequency because it is already in the beingness of their higher self. So there is that letting go so that you might continue on that higher journey, that higher path that you are choosing to experience. There will be financial issues. There will be changes in financial systems that will, of course, all change cause confusion. But always, I remind you, everything is, as you say, right on time in the universe now. And everything that happens for a higher purpose. There will be governmental changes. There will be revealing of many negative things that have been going on and deeply rooted in your systems as they are in your social, political, financial, and all. And each of these layers, as they change and express themselves in that higher expression as you choose, each one will serve their purpose. And each one will allow you to continue to evolve or to grow from in response to your choices of free will consciously to them. I tell you, do not be afraid and do not be hesitant in being your highest self. But that is truly where your joy is, where the healing is for your traumas. And all of you have had them. And all of you have chosen those experiences. Your higher self has. Your human self would say, no way shall I experience that. But your higher self understands from that highest knowing that it is these experiences, both positive and negative, that allow you your choices to create yourself as you choose to be. 2026 will bring about a more conscious connection of the, as you refer to them as ETs, a further connection of that family connection, the awareness of, the acceptance of that which is so completely different, or so you think, but possibly visually different. So let it be, and embrace that, for it is also my gift to you and you to yourself. There will be many changes coming that will rock your world, as they say, that will seem and create chaos, and so it will be. But in that chaos, there is that light of balance. There is that light of comfort and healing. For you will all be aware of and see clearly these changes take place. You will see the negative that rises up from the dark, and that light as it heals and embraces that dark wolf. This will be your knowing. This will be your I am in your beingness and your oneness with all that is going on around you. Yet each of you will have individual experiences. So again, I remind you, do not be drawn into the drama that is going on around you, if it is a lower frequency than the one that you are choosing to express. For each person, each entity, each creation of mine is going to be going through this change according to their own free will choices. And so I say, let it be. For all paths, on all levels, lead to that highest oneness with the I am that we are, with the all that is. All of my children will be coming into that oneness, the awareness of that oneness. For indeed, I could bring you all into that oneness, but I have given you that free will choice that you may know your sovereignty. You may know your power and your light. And though it may seem separate from me, I am the essence of the energy of it becoming, and much less being experienced by you. So be in that knowing. Now I have had one ask, this one, Uzuri, that I speak in more colloquial speaking, shall we say, on a level of verbiage, articulation, that is more commonly used for their better understanding of the information and how it applies to them. But I remind you, it is the energy of the spoken word that is going out. And I have chosen the words that I have chosen to use in the perfection of describing, making you aware in the moment you're understanding. But again, on all levels. So any adjustment to the articulation does not need to be made for the understanding on your end, for the receiving of this energy that I have put into words and sound. But it is light, and you are a light being. Each of you are made of light, every cell and atom that you are. But there will be much conflict coming. There will be much for you to face individually that will challenge you, in the beliefs that you have become to think of as the only beliefs that are correct, or the only humans that are acceptable. All of these things are major things that are part of you for you to understand your oneness with each of these that you are being challenged to choose. For the challenge is simply to be in the awareness of the oneness that you are with each. Again, this one recently was asked about the wars, the conflict. And although I have covered this before, I will tell you again. These things, these conflicts, are being created by the humans facing their belief system, which was never a highest truth. They see themselves as separate from one another, and in that separation, they feel the need for defending territory, defending their perspective, instead of allowing each to have their own. And the bottom line, as you call it, is that these things must be. For these are the things that must be cleared. These are the experiences that each individual are creating because they need these experiences to grow from in their awareness, in their conscious acceptance of. So their participation at this time may be questionable by many and unnecessary from the highest perspective, unnecessary because they are already that unconditional love within them. However, the time they have spent here on the earth, in this third dimensional reality, in the society, in their countries, in their cultures, all of these are so vastly different. And so their belief system has been solidified to some degree. But your higher self is choosing to step out of that and confirm the open awareness and beingness that they truly are, that is beyond what they have been taught and guided and told to be. And therein will they find their power to create their reality, that it will be peaceful. And yet it will be full of contradictions. It will be full of differences of perspectives. And I have always said, these are the multicolors of the universe. The light energy and frequencies of color, they are what makes everything so beautiful. The butterfly, so many colors on those wings, yet they are all different. All the butterflies, all the humans, all of everything that exists, one is not exactly like the other. And you will learn your own self and the beauty therein, as well as the beauty and the oneness that the other has. For you are both one. You are the same. And it is a difficult concept to have. And I have talked often on it because it is the foundation of any further information that you receive about what's going on outside yourself, outside in your reality, in this world, in these continents of choices. But all will come to the same center, the same balance, but each in their own time. You must be patient with yourself first. Learn to love yourself first, for then you have the capacity to love another who is so vastly different from you. There have been those that have been called your enemy, that they are not. They are only the enemy that is being defined and described by those that are leading you astray from that higher path, for they are steadfast in their beliefs. And their journey will be a longer one, but yours does not have to be. For when you're in the light and that oneness, you are somewhat separated from the dramas around you because it does not vibrate at the frequency that you do. You're a higher frequency. Therein comes that seeming separation from those when in reality, even those experiences reflect a oneness of all that is. And oneness is one of the highest foundations for you to have in your beingness, in your awareness, in your experiencing this human life. So be prepared in 2026 for many changes, many conflicts, many truths coming out that you will have an immediate connection with. There will be fear that is caused from the changes in the finances, so to speak. But I tell you, there is stability there. For I would have none of you want for anything that you need. So I close this session now with that, yes, indeed, encouragement. And to some there will be a redundancy, but there is not. There is a deeper understanding that you are coming into. And I embrace you in this. And I thank you for coming. And I turn this one over as I end this session. Thank you.